This is a community-supported legal education channel. Find out how you can support our mission at the links in the description below. So there is an update from Judge Seibel in the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, that's Jehovah's Witnesses, subpoena, the DMCA subpoena to YouTube for JW Apostate's identity, or whatever it is that YouTube has, identifying that channel's user or whatever. So the judge has read what JW Apostate wrote. We made a video about it. It's really spicy. There's even some stuff in there that I didn't catch until afterwards. Go ahead and check out the bubble that I'll put on the screen for you now. And this is just going to be a brief video going over what I think of the judge's response, because it's actually really interesting what the judge did. If you remember, JW Apostate was very accusing the judge of being more or less in the pocket or rubber stamping the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society's DMCA subpoena requests. But then Watchtower and Paul Polidoro, their attorney, said that JW Apostate hadn't made any meritorious arguments. And the judge kind of agrees with both things and asks for more information. Let's take a look now. Judge Kathy Seibel from the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York writes, Movant's, which is JW Apostate, Movant's original arguments for quashing were without merit. Shield laws, which are reporter shield laws, are inapplicable here because Movant is not being asked to reveal a journalistic source, and the First Amendment does not protect copyright infringement. Right, so we do know that the First Amendment applies to copyright, but fair use is the embodiment of the First Amendment. So there's no other consideration for copyright infringement in the First Amendment or First Amendment in copyright. But Movant has raised two factual issues in the instant reply. That's the current reply, the previous reply that we just went over, that I believe, the judge believes, that the judge believes merit a response by Watchtower. By the way, I will accept Movant's reply, I guess she means. I will accept Movant's reply by email this one time only because of the difficulties caused by the situation. Any future submissions must be made in conformity with the standing order issued by the Chief Judge regarding pro se electronic submissions during the emergency. So that means that there's a different procedure maybe for gaining CME-CF access for pro se litigants. First, Movant challenges the good faith of Watchtower's representation that its purpose in seeking a DMCA subpoena is solely to identify a potential defendant for a copyright infringement action. JW Apostate alleges that Watchtower has invoked the DMCA subpoena 59 times without ever bringing such a lawsuit. The court can imagine reasons for that fact, if it is a fact, that do not evidence lack of good faith, but Watchtower should address by declaration or affidavit of someone with knowledge whether it is true, and if so, why I, the judge, should not conclude that it evidences a lack of good faith. And so a lack of good faith might mean that the judge denies the DMCA subpoena since they're apparently never used to pursue copyright litigation in good faith. And if not to pursue copyright infringement, then it must be to identify apostates or moles or dissenters within the ranks of the Jehovah's Witness organization. Second, there seems to be a factual dispute as to what material belonging to Watchtower was allegedly used by Movant. Neither side has provided sworn declarations on this issue. Watchtower suggests that Movant posted full videos produced by Watchtower, and I said if that was true, it might not be a fair use. There's a really good chance that it's not a fair use at all if you just outright repost someone else's copyrighted material without otherwise meeting the other fair use factors. Movant says he posted one undercover videos of meeting in which he suggests Watchtower would have no copyright rights. That part is correct. If I shoot a video of your party, unauthorized video, it's still my video. I still own the copyright. There might be some other legal privacy violations or something there, but not a copyright violation. If I am the one holding the camera, then I own the copyright. If someone related to JW Apostate, I think they said daughter and son-in-law, if they're the ones holding the camera and they've given JW Apostate permission, then it's not a copyright issue, and you can't use a DMCA subpoena, which is a copyright subpoena, to get somebody's identity. And that he posted 2 portions of videos produced by Watchtower, which he implies would be fair use because it was part of criticism. See, INRI DMCA subpoena to Reddit, the one that was decided March 2nd, 2020. Was it decided that really only March 2nd? That feels like such a long time ago. Accordingly, Watchtower should address by declaration or affidavit of someone with knowledge what exactly it claims was infringed by Movement and how. Watchtower's submission shall be submitted by 4/17/20, so that's what, about 14 days from now, and Movement may reply also by declaration or affidavit on personal knowledge by May 1st, so ordered Judge Kathy C. Bell. So that's really, really interesting. By 2 weeks from now, we'll find out what Watchtower has to say about the copyrightability of their claims and whether they've ever pursued a DMCA subpoena into copyright litigation. And we'll see whether JW Apostate has more to say about actual personal knowledge, sworn under penalty of perjury, about whether these videos were edits or not, and who might own the undercover ones. So that's really interesting. What you don't see in here, and what I found really interesting, is what's not in here. The judge doesn't admonish JW Apostate for being so crass or so inappropriate at times in their filing. They literally went after the Watchtower organization. They went after the judge in a sort of off-topic manner. It's not that some of those things aren't live accusations. It is completely... I wouldn't say it's appropriate, but it's definitely a thing that there have been instances of criminality in religious organizations and even the Boy Scouts and other organizations that work with children that are worthy of criticism. Whether or not that's relevant to this subpoena, I don't know exactly how. The videos weren't about that, but hey, that's possible. And it is probably appropriate to bring up what JW Apostate said about a potential conflict of interest with the judge. The judge seems to rubber stamp these DMCA subpoenas, is what JW Apostate said, without anything more, other than saying that, hey, I've seen a lot of subpoenas go before this judge, and they all get rubber stamped. I don't know if that's true or not, and there really wasn't any supporting evidence. But yes, somehow the subpoena requests all end up before one judge mostly, and the reason that they might be rubber stamped is because the procedure dictated by the law doesn't really give the judge a whole lot of discretion. When they see a properly formatted, proper procedure for a DMCA subpoena, they're supposed to grant it. So the judge doesn't necessarily have the discretion to deny it without a challenge in the form of a motion to quash, which is what's happening here. So that's really interesting. I hope you enjoyed hearing the judge's response, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget, this is a community-supported legal education channel. Please support us on patreon.com/LJFrench and sponsors.com/law. Thank you so much to our April supporters. At the $50 plus level, we have a bunch of new supporters: Wes Delge, Video Quarantined, John Steele, Gavin Barnard, Evie, Kyle Mudrock, Michael Pierce, Spirit Bear, Jan Negre, Daniel Perez, Asprinari, Joe Tyson, Benjamin Hightoff, Stephen, Ada, Cute Grills in Your Area, Longreach Jones, Zachary Cheney, Nicely Done Defense, Wesley Mullen, Sean McNamara, Josh Baker, Ugly Grill, Gregory, Shiloh T, Michael Moore, and Beastman. And thank you to the $5 plus supporters. You're all scrolling on that LED panel, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you all. Bye.
I'll be
So there is an update from the job. From the job. Okay.